Good morning, everybody. What you see there in front of you is my peach tree. It's about a 3-year-old tree. Got some peaches on it, doing all right. But today we're going to do some summer pruning and we're going to get cuttings so that I can propagate more peaches. So we're going to select our cuttings here. See if I can get you in here a little closer. All right, which one was I gonna take? I think it was this guy right here. All right, so this branch will grow downward, and I really don't want that. So part of my pruning, what I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll cut it right close to its parent branch and dump that in a bucket of water. Check this guy here. I like that. That's all right. Think I'll take that one. See, can you see that? Kinda. All right. So I'm going to take each one of these and dump them in a bucket of water. And after that, we will get them trimmed up and ready to stick into some potting medium. So stick around. All right. So got a bucket full of cuttings here. And these are much too big to stick. So we're going to trim them up. And I'm going to try to give you guys a really good look at how that's done. All right, so I'm just going to pull one out here. And let's take a look at this guy, see what we got. So it's a pretty good sized little branch. And down here, I can use this if I want to, but I don't think I really do. What I do want to do is toss that. All right, so you'll see these little nodes all along in here. And those nodes are where a lot of our growth is going to come from and a lot of our rooting. So we've got a node right there. And I'll cut that. And because I want this to have a little bit of life going on in it, I'm going to cut above these leaves here, right about like that. And then I'm going to trim these up because I don't want it losing a lot of water through the leaves. So I'm just going to trim that up a little bit. I think that'll be okay. And so I've got some Hormidin 3 rooting compound. So we're going to stick this in here and we're going to set it aside for a minute. And now we've got more right here. So I'm going to trim that up right about there. And that kind of leaves me enough leaf right there that this ought to do fairly well. And we're going to find a node right here. We're going to cut right at the node. And we're going to stick that in our rooting hormone and set it aside. And we've got this left. So I'm going to strip some leaves off of here. There we go. And I'm going to come right up here and cut that. And this is just too floppy to be used, so we're not going to use it. And I'm going to cut that leaf in half. And I'm going to come right down to this bottom node and give it a cut. Dip it into some rooting hormone, and we'll take another branch. So here's another one right here. And I think this will do all right. It's got some good nodes on it. So here's a bottom node right there. So we're going to go ahead and cut right at it. And then I'm going to come right up here. And I'm going to cut right there. So that leaves me with this. So we're going to trim these leaves up, cut them in half or even more. And I think that'll be all right. A little rooting hormone. I'm going to dip this in the bucket of water for a minute. There we go. All right. I'm going to strip that leaf off. Strip that leaf off. And cut it here. Cut that leaf way down. And we're going to find a node right here. And we're going to cut that. Dip it in the rooting hormone and keep going. I think I like, I'll go one more. Right like that. Get the end of it wet. There we go. Got a node right here. I'm going to cut it. And trim the leaf. Set it aside. So I'm going to do one more from this. This end is just too floppy up here. So we're going to cut it down to about there. Throw that away. Strip the leaves off to about here. Cut that in half. We'll go to this node right here. Get wet. Rooting hormone. Let it soak in. And so we'll come back and I'll have a bunch of these ready to go. This is my rooting medium. It is fine bark fines. It's inert, doesn't have any nutrients in it hardly at all, and it'll be fine for rooting these cuttings. So let me get these done and we'll come back in a bit. All right, so I've got a bunch of these ready to go. Got the rooting hormone on them. And so the rest of this is just real easy. All you're going to do is stick them. I stick them about an inch down. These are fairly deep cells, so get these guys stuck in here. Now from the branches that I cut off the tree, I'm getting anywhere from 3 to 5 good cuttings off of each of those. So this ought to work out pretty doggone good. Now I'm just gently pressing this down to get the growing medium up against the bottom of these. So let's see, let's get another one here. Here's a nice one right here. And I've got a node right there. Got leaves up here. So we'll do that. Cut these in half. Don't need that leaf. Dip it in some rooting hormone. And that fills up the third row. So that's 15 cuttings so far. I'm going to fill the rest of this tray up. Well, there's the aftermath. I've got 50 cuttings in that tray. And now it's time to get them under the mist. So this is my little propagation low tunnel. And I've got a misting system all along here that will keep everything nice and moist. The shade cloth, it's a 50% shade cloth, keep things from burning up. I am in the high desert. Things get just a little bit hot. The humidity in the tunnel isn't as high as I would like it, but hopefully with these guys coming on for 10 seconds every 10 or 15 minutes, hopefully it'll be all right. I'm going to manually give these guys a little bit of a mist. All right, that's good enough for now. All right, so that was taking cuttings off peach tree, getting them stuck in the tray. Hopefully it'll work out. I'm hoping for at least a 50% success rate. Here in the foreground, you can see some emerald green arborvitae that are in the rooting medium, and some Spanish lavender over on the left-hand side. I don't know how good it's doing. We'll see. I didn't use any rooting hormone on the Spanish lavender. We'll find out. Maybe I screwed it all up. It's all a big experiment. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Right now I've got 44 subscribers. I only need 200 or 300 times that number. All right. See y'all later, and have a great day. Bye.